Welcome back today. Today we'll be talking about a current event, something that just happened recently in the last 2 or so weeks. Today we'll be talking about the students at Cape Town University in South Africa. Now, the issue in South Africa is that there's a statue, as soon as you enter the university, and the statue is of Cecil Rhodes. Now, Cecil Rhodes was, to give a quick history, Cecil Rhodes was a man of British descent, and he moved from Europe down to South Africa, and along with his brother, he was raised there, got into agriculture, and then he got into the diamond business and the gold business, but more so the diamond business. And with the diamond business and the collection of different companies that he acquired, he then helped administer with the British government colonialism, and he was a colonist. He was very, very well known for his support of the British colonization process. So now let's fast forward to today, and also he helped a lot of genocides happen as far as killing a lot of people, and also with the killing of people in South Africa and the colonization of British and slavery and things of that nature. He also had and received cheap labor for his diamond fields, and just all of the different kind of endeavors that he had, and him and the British government were basically trying to have a iron fist on the diamond industry around the whole world, and especially around in South Africa. So let's fast forward to today, and we have the students of Cape Town in South Africa, Cape Town University in South Africa, and they've been protesting, and actually they took over some school facilities. They actually walked in while the leader of the university, or president of the university, was basically having a conversation, and they walked in and burst in and stopped that conversation from happening. And basically what the young African or Black population at Cape Town University wants is they want Cecil Rhodes' statue to be removed from the front of the school. And they feel like Cecil Rhodes should not be celebrated, since he was a colonizer and took place in the colonization, and also basically got rich off the land that they live on. They've always lived on. The indigenous Black people that live there have lived on before colonization and European colonization of South Africa, and they believe that he should be removed, and as well as the inequality of teachers that it's in the university, that sort of, I guess, I wouldn't say led to this situation, but has sort of just compiled up and has sprung off into this one part of a branch on this tree, to where majority of the teachers are obviously of European descent, and the educational values and what they're being taught in their history, and they feel like it's their country. So why should there be room for a colonizer to sit right in front of their university that has nothing to do with Africa other than the history of him enslaving, killing, stealing, and having businesses in or having a diamond business in South Africa, and also having cheap labor. So to them, they're protesting very, very hard. They have told the university that they will not stop at Cape Town University. They'll go to other adjacent and vertical universities that have been teaching institutionalized racism, or just European history and African history when it's time to talk about bad things, but European history when it's time to talk about the great leaders of South Africa. And so there's a lot of protesting going on, a lot of mad people. There's actually some people on the other side that are saying that it shouldn't matter. The real reason is not, or the real reason that people are mad is because the inequality of Black Africans, South Africans, compared to white South Africans in the universities and in schools and just in the country in general. And they feel like the statue shouldn't be removed, and they feel like the statue should stay, and that's not really the problem, because that's part of South African history. Now, my take on it, which I try not to be biased, but my take on it is that I'm always going to be, pro-African. Whoever was there, just like how I live in America, North America, and Native Americans, I feel like they deserve, more statues and more, things than they have now, because they were the people that were at least here when the Europeans came. I'm not saying they were always here, but they were at least here, when the Europeans came, and took this country, some parts took this country, bought some parts of the country, and went to war with these people. So I do feel like in South Africa that they should have things that represent them, the history of South Africa, whether it be from whatever ethnic group, the Zulus, or whatever other ethnic groups. There were so many important people that come from that country and were doing a lot of things before Europeans showed up, and as well as when Europeans showed up, and after. Well, they never left; they're still there. But after the apartheid supposedly that is over, which it's behind the scenes, but it's over, I guess, to the world. So I do feel that way. I don't feel like just because he was a diamond owner and, he owned the biggest company and his last will was basically, I'm going to write down on this piece of paper that I want to start this university for any people, because this is what he said. He said that he wanted to basically start a university before he died. This is Rhodes talking, in case if I'm jumping different places, but this is Rhodes, the man that's, has the funds and, that basically gave the land to start this university. Rhodes basically said before, on his dying bed, and the last thing he wanted to do in his will is he wanted to, fund and give land to start this university, as well as give scholarship to the British-owned colonies, which this, Cape Town was is on the land that was at one point a British-owned colony in South Africa. And, he clearly made it a point that because he was so much into, the British colonization, and he thought it was right. He thought it was right. This is ideology. He thought it was right that anybody that was on, those pieces of land should have the ability to go to this university, as well as, the trust funds that he left behind as well, that he, gives to people. Now, could I speculate and say that on his dying days, in his dying bed, that he thought that all Black people and white people in South Africa and around the world was equal? Probably not. I'll probably almost be like 99% sure that he probably didn't feel that way. But I think, in my personal opinion, what he was really saying is that anybody of European descent that was on that land and on, was part of that land that was colonized by Great Britain, was going to be able to go to this university and to take those trust funds. So the students are really, really angry. Some students feel like the statue should stay. Some other students feel like more so the Black population and some other, races from different populations in, the university feel like the statue should go. It doesn't represent, and it represents somebody that was a colonizer, helped the British government with colonizing, basically started diamond fields and excavating gold and diamonds and things on the back of poorly paid workers, as well as just indentured servants, slaves, whatever you want to go. I mean, there's different kind of levels of how what kind of people were working for him. But at the end of the day, it was still he was still emphasizing that he loved British colonization, and colonization was a good thing. So that is a little current event today on the kids of Cape Town University. For me, being African American, I support them. I feel like it should be gone. I feel like it should be knocked down. I feel like there should be a South African leader there, some president, some leader of a kingdom, something, rather than this man that, to me, is being celebrated for being a colonizer and a killer. So, as always, one love. I hope you guys get, what you're fighting for, and, power always to the people and to justice. And, one love. I'm out. Peace.